If I told you that there was a 6'6" player who recently won Finals MVP and is shooting 80% around the rim while averaging 31 points per 36, you'd probably think I'm talking about the reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But you'd be wrong. Those numbers are from Jaylen Brown this year. Brown is having his best and most efficient season without Tatum on the floor. But what does that mean for the Celtics moving forward? Let's get into it. Brown is silently having one of the best seasons in the NBA, averaging the third most points per game in Celtics history and putting himself in MVP conversations, moving up to 5th on the ladder. He's having his most efficient season of his career even with Tatum out. Just think about that for a minute. Tatum, a universally recognized top 5 player, is out, taking all his gravitational pull away, and still Jaylen Brown is having his most efficient season. Historically, when your best player is out for a season, the next guy up has a dip in efficiency. For example, Siakam without Halliburton this year is shooting 56 true shooting percent when in the past 2 years he's gotten to 60%. Now that Halliburton is out, Siakam's efficiency dipped. It's normally as routine as that, but not with Brown. Brown is shooting 58 true shooting percent as a small forward without Tatum, showing a clear jump in his offensive ability this season. But the Celtics' success doesn't solely come from Jaylen Brown. This is me editing. Really quick, I have a goal to get 1 subscriber per video. So if you listening, just you, can help me out and hit the subscribe button, it's probably lighting up right now telling you to hit it. So just do it, please. Thanks for watching. The Celtics as a team have defied all odds this season. In the preseason, Vegas set the prediction line at 41 wins for the season, and currently they're on track for 51. Once again, they don't have Jayson Tatum right now. They're currently on track for 51 wins, and in the last 8, they're 7-1 against very good teams. They beat the Lakers, the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Pistons all in the span of a couple weeks, and once again, they do not have Jayson Tatum right now. They have the 4th best offensive rating in the NBA this season without Jayson Tatum. Just a reminder, almost every championship team in NBA history has been top 5 in either offensive or defensive rating without Jayson Tatum, and this is all because of their elite depth. The Celtics have 2 of the most underrated role players in the league. They have Jordan Walsh and Neemias Queta. I'm gonna double check that because I'm Neemias Queta. Queta is 9th in the league in the win shares per 48 leaderboard, sandwiched between Luka and Austin Reeves, 2 of the best offensive players in the league right now. Meanwhile, Walsh has the highest true shooting percentage among forwards, averaging 20 minutes per game. So those are 2 of the most underrated role players in the league. Meanwhile, you have Derek White, who is a notoriously elite role player. And those 3 with Peyton Pritchard and the rest of their bench make one of the best supporting casts in the entire NBA. So as a team, they're showing top tier offensive abilities, and that's before they add Jayson Tatum back to the team, which they're expected to do this season. I know I've brought up the name Tatum a lot already, but we need to think about what this team is going to look like when Tatum comes back. They're going to look better, probably a lot better too. The Celtics are killing it right now with Derek White as their second option. And while Derek White isn't necessarily bad as a second option, he's historically been one of the best 3rd or 4th options in the league. This season, even though they're winning games, White is having his least efficient season since he first got traded to the Celtics in 2022. And that's because he's having to create his own shot. This season, he's having to self-create the most shots of his career, and he's still shooting around league average and continuing to contribute to winning games. Now when Tatum gets back and White slips into the 3rd or maybe even 4th option behind Pritchard, this team is going to be great. This section was supposed to be about Tatum, but I yapped about White a little too much. That's my bad. But that's because we all know who Tatum is, right? The only player in Celtics history to average 30 points per game in a season. And like I said earlier, he's consensus top 5 already. And most importantly, he's the leader of this team. Tatum is considered to have a likely comeback for the playoffs. And even if he's just the second option for the playoffs, that would improve this team's ceiling and their floor by a ton. Reminder, 4th in the league in offensive rating right now before he comes back. Brown and Tatum, when he returns, might have the best season of their partnership together since when they won the championship. And they might have an even better one this playoffs. We'll have to wait and see. So do they have a real chance to win the ring this year? To that question, I say, I've got 2 words for you. This team is deep. Of course they can compete to make a championship run. But right now, they have to look at the Thunder as the team to beat. And I don't really know if they're there right now, even with Tatum. So what can they do to level up this team to the Thunder's level? Obviously, like I said, the first step is bringing Tatum back. But the second step is trading for a better center. Even though Neemias Queta is doing everything the Celtics could ask of him, he could still be upgraded. I've seen some speculation around Zubac, but I doubt the Clippers really want to trade trade him right now. Remember, the Clippers need to win games to stop OKC from getting that pick. But still, the Celtics need to upgrade their center depth if they want to be as deep of a team as OKC. Even if all they can get is Nurkic, or even bring Robert Williams back and put Cato on the bench, just a simple center addition could upgrade this team a lot. Whether or not they should actually cash in right now, I have no idea, because when the playoffs roll around, it's any given night, so no matter how deep your team is, anyone has a chance. If I were the GM, I think I'd just wait this season out and see what Brown and Tatum can do on their own without Drew, Porzingis, and whoever else they dumped to start this season. Alright, finally let's go over what I believe this season means for the Celtics moving forward. Obviously, it confirms that Jaylen Brown can lead the team on his own, which is something we've known for years, but it's just nice to see him beat those allegations in the mind of his haters. Something that's very clear if you just watch the Celtics for a little bit, the GM has done a great job constructing this roster. The fact that they've adjusted enough to put up fights without Tatum and even win against serious teams is something that I find very impressive. If anything, this means the Celtics still got it. To me, it's crazy how heavily this team is doubted or ignored every year, and they continue to outperform what the public thinks they'll do year after year after year. So shout out Brad Stevens, because he and Presti are the two most cemented GMs in the league in my eyes. And Celtics fans appreciate this team. This is a rare time in history where Celtics haters really have no reason to hate on them. Anyways, thanks for listening to a white boy's take on the Celtics. If you made it this far, tell me your favorite Celtics player ever. Mine is the GOAT, Mike Muscala. Bye-bye.